2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff. The crew of Artemis II now.
Fun to see these, right? You usually see them from SpaceX. NASA is back. Artemis II's Orion spacecraft taking off just about an hour ago, maybe a little less. A 10-day mission around the moon. This time, Flight Artemis II will have 4 astronauts on board. They've done some of these unmanned in recent years. 3 Americans and a Canadian. You see them on the screen. The first crew to go to the moon since Apollo 17 in 1972, except this time they will not be landing there. The goal for this mission is to verify human capabilities in deep space and pave the way for long-term exploration and science on the lunar surface. The hope is for future crews to land on the moon as early as 2028, something the president, I'm sure, is going to want to see happen before he leaves office. Captain Winston Scott, former NASA astronaut, back with us tonight. And, sir, it's good to have you back on the show. I want to start here with you. We're going around the moon. Tell me why it's so hard to land on the moon.
Going around the moon and landing on the moon are 2 different phases of a more and more complex mission. First of all, we need to be sure that the rocket will get us to the moon and get us back safely. So this is the first flight with people on it. So we've tested the systems. Now we'll test the systems with the people. Now, the big kicker is that the part that gets us from orbit to the surface of the moon has not been fully developed yet. That's not ready yet. So it's one thing to go to the moon and go around it, but you need a lunar lander, so to speak. That part is not ready yet. So SpaceX is working on a version. Yeah. Blue Origin is working on a version. Whoever finishes first will get the first checkout in Earth orbit next year. When that works fine, then the following year in 2028, we'll be able to have that module in orbit around the moon. We'll fly to it, dock with it, and then go to the surface up and down. So yeah, you got to have a way to get down and back.
Well, yeah, I know that's the hardest part, right? How cool is it for you to see NASA kind of making a comeback in this moment? Because a lot of that was siphoned off to SpaceX over the last few years.
Absolutely. I love it. And I actually love this partnership between NASA and the private commercial companies. I like what SpaceX is doing, what Blue Origin and some of the others are doing. But it's good to see NASA back in the business again. The space launch system, the rocket, we've had some problems with it over the last couple of years, but apparently they've got them all worked out. As you saw, it was a successful launch. The folks are in orbit now. They're getting settled in and they're going about their procedures. And I anticipate a really successful flight to and around the moon and back to Earth 10 days from now. This is very exciting, a very historic moment for us.
That is something cool. Got to ask you about the conspiracy theories. My team tells me we've landed 6 times on the moon. I didn't realize we had landed 6 times on the moon. That, to me, makes it hard to believe that there's a conspiracy there, right? Why would you fake something 6 different times? But my question to you is this. You've heard the theories out there. People say there's radiation belts that we can't survive, that this is all fake. What's your response to that claim, especially about the radiation?
No, it is absolutely not fake. They do bring up a good point, though. If we're going to travel long distances away from the Earth out into the solar system, we need to find ways to immune ourselves from the radiation. That is true. But going from here to the moon, we have done it. We will do it again in the future. The astronauts are shielded by the Earth's magnetic field when we're in close proximity. And then the ship itself provides radiation protection. Even the space suit on my spacewalk, my suit gave me a certain amount of protection from radiation. The radiation gets bad when you get out away from our close proximity to Earth. For example, going off to Mars. So that is going to be a big problem. That's true. But going to the moon is still right in our own backyard. We haven't been in a while, but well, Earth orbit is in our backyard. The moon maybe is down the block and back. So we're making progress.
Which is just so wild to think. It ain't that close. Captain Winston Scott, we appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
All right. You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt tonight on Newsmax.